Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 weekly reset video. My name is Tori and today is October the 6th, which means two things. One, we're running up until the 13th because that's how things go around here. And two, the return of Festival of the Lost. Will you look at it? Don't forget to get your things up in the tree if they're still up in the tree. They are. I can see them. They're still up in the tree. We're going to have more detailed videos to come very soon on all of the things from Eva Levante and all the Festival of the Lost. I can't even English. But anyway, what have we got to do in Destiny 2 this week? Let's have a look then, shall we? Regard the tower map. Isn't it fantastic? The reason why we look at this tower map is because we welcome the newcomers to the game. Welcome. Come on in, pull up a pew, and pour your health with a piping hot brew. That's exactly how it goes. But anyway, these vendors, icons, things, they represent vendors. Vendors will distribute bounties, weekly bounties, daily bounties, challenges, exotic quests and whatnot. So it's a good idea to frequent yourself with all the vendors in the game. Now, vendors aren't limited just to the tower. They're on all the planets and stuff. So go out and say hello and shake hands and have a look at what they've got. It's good stuff. But anyway, for example, with the challenges, let's have a look at our live fire exercises from Shax at the Crucible. Complete 8 of his bounties to do the weekly, and that is 8 bounties, of course, for powerful gear. Tier 1. Gear comes in a variety of different tiers. Tier 1, 2, 3, and Pinnacle loot. Pinnacle is the highest level stuff that you can actually receive in-game at the moment. But anyway, there you go. That is the stuff. So we will begin this weekly video by having a look at the destinations, if I can find it, if it wants to load as well. Vanguard playlist. Let's have a look at it. We've got the daily heroic story missions there. That is your chance to replay missions from the campaigns. There's no specific loot from that as such. However, you can get in-game drops like exotic engrams and legendary engrams and whatnot. But this is where the meat and veg starts, right here in the Vanguard Strike playlist. The weekly challenge is to complete strikes using the same subclass element as the currently active elemental burn. 3 strikes completed with the above attributes done, and you get yourself some pinnacle loot. If you want to know what the elemental burn is this week, it's Arc Singe. So equip your Arc subclass and get in there. Do 3 of them, and then you get your pinnacle stuff. We've got Blackout for the daily modifiers and Grenadier, and that's amazing. The ordeal this week, we've got double rewards as well as 2 challenges as per usual. Complete the Nightfall, higher difficulties grant the most efficient progress. 3 of those for some powerful gear at tier 1. The weekly is to complete with a team score above 100,000 points for your pinnacle loot. The ordeal this week is the Garden World, which is coinciding with the Haunted Forest. So I hope you have fun with that. Oh, I've left the screen too early. Then we've got an default nightfalls, vanilla nightfalls, consisting of 3 to choose from. This week we've got the Pyramidian, Will of the Thousands, and Brood Hold. Now, this selection of nightfalls has some specific loot, depending on the strikes. Now, the Pyramidian, if you happen to grind this over and over and over, will increase your chances of getting the Silicon Aroma legendary sniper rifle. The same with the Will of the Thousands, but this time you'll get Worm God Incarnation. It's a transmat effect, so when you spawn in, you look like a big worm. Isn't it nice? And then Broomhold will get you nothing. Nothing. How's about that then? Stiff upper lip time. Anyway, what else we got? We've got Gambit playlist. Let's have a look. Reckoning, this is your chance to get in there and experience many of the activities from Season of the Drifter and the relevant rewards. There are a few different tiers, tier 1, 2, and 3. And there you go. That is it. That's the Reckoning. It's 1 to 4 players. I do recommend 4 players. Otherwise, it's a bit of a... yeah. Anyway, Arc Singe for the week in the Reckoning, just so you know. And then there's Gambit and Gambit Prime. This is like 2 different versions of. Anyway, either or, 3 matches will get you some pinnacle loot played there. There's also some private matches as well if you feel like challenging some of your best friends to defeating a primeval. How about Crucible? What have we got? Well, there's 2 types of playlists in Crucible. That's the player versus player. We've got core rotator matches, at the top here, which this week consists of Supremacy and Countdown. So one's a 4v4, the other's a 6v6. Then there's the rotate core matches. I'm messing this up today. It's been a long day. I've been at the doctor's. I'm on antibiotics now, so I've got an infection in my arm somehow. I don't understand how this has happened, but my arm is like carrying around a dead log with me at the moment. It's horrible. Anyway, core matches, pinnacle loot. If you play 4 games in the core matches, you get your pinnacle loot. Core matches consist of Rumble, Control. We're not playing that right now, even though I'm tempted. Elimination, Survival, Freelance Survival, and Classic Mix. There's also some private matches that you can jump in there. But note, you don't get rewards. You just get expertise and the improvement and honings of your skill. Oh, yeah, and there's the Iron Banner and the Twirls. But I've only just noticed that in the background there. I am very unperceptive. Anyway, what else is there to do in Destiny 2 this week? Well, there's a Flashpoint, and that happens to be on Netheth. That's over here. Look. And what's a Flashpoint? Well, all the public events that spawn in on their various timers, get stuck into those, and that will give you some progress. Have a look at Failsafe here for what kind of progress you are doing for yourself. Activities completed. Once that bar completes and gets to 100%, you get some powerful gear at tier 1. Anyway, that is the Flashpoint, and it is on Nessus this week. Isn't it amazing? How about the moon? I do love the moon, and we've got some various activities to do. We're going to start off by telling you about Sorrow's Harbour. If you spawn in up here and travel to the Altars of Sorrow, it's a public event kind of thing that's on all the time. It's a very good public event. I think it's one of the best kind of patrol-style public events that Bungie have integrated into the game. There are 3 different bosses that revolve every couple of days or every day. And one of them will drop a shotgun, a slug shotgun, kinetic. Another one will drop a sniper rifle, energy sniper rifle. Another will get your rocket launcher. So it's good stuff over at the Sorrow's Harbour there. And there are some challenges pertaining to that. Nightmares defeated. That's all the baddies that spawn, the big ones in Sorrow's Harbour, Jobby. 30 of will get you powerful gear at tier 1. There's also Erismorn's Luna's Calling vendor challenge. The memory quest completed will get you some powerful gear at tier 1 as well. And what else is there? Well, we've got Nightmare Hunts, 3 of to choose from. They're dotted all over the place today. I've really got to work for my stuff. That's beyond though. That's the mission, the way you get things. You actually get some powerful gear for that as well. The Nightmare Hunts are here, and here. We've got a weekly complete any Nightmare Hunt activity. All difficulty tiers grant progress. 3 of gets you powerful gear at tier 1. And if you complete a Nightmare Hunt on master difficulty, you'll get yourself some pinnacle loot. How's about that then? Speaking of pinnacle loot, we've got the Heresy dungeon to clear. There it is, pinnacle loot for that as well. And the Garden of Salvation raid. The moon, it's great. That's basically the epitome of a great planet because it's got so much activity to do. In other news, at the Dreaming City, the Ascended Challenge happens to be in the Gardens of Essila this week. So don't forget to hop on over to the Strand and see Petrovenge and pick up your bounties. There's also another old school dungeon, the Shattered Throne. I still think you should get pinnacle loot for doing that, but you don't. And the Last Wish raid. Get some love injections into the raids and stuff, but there you go. Dreaming City, what a fabulous place. What else then? Escalation Protocol this week. If you're interested in getting involved in that, that's another Horde mode event. It is dropping the SMG if you're interested. It is one of your favorites, I know it is. There you go. What else is there? Well, over at the tower, don't forget, we've got Means to an End quest line that will get you some pinnacle loot, as well as the new dungeon, the Prophecy dungeon. It's not so new now. I call it new because it still deserves the title new. We could argue about that all day. But anyway, that'll get you some pinnacle loot if you complete that. And then there's the Festival of the Lost stuff, the Festival of Masks, isn't it? There, let's go and see her, and I'm pretty sure you'll get some fabulous things from doing all of that biz. But anyway, it's that time of the week where we go over to our favourite Gunsmith bounty person and explain the bounties, because it's always a good thing to do, especially for the newcomers. There's a pumpkin there. Amazing. Anyway, look at these bounties. We've got 2 weeklies, 4 dailies, and then some additionals. Additional bounties you can keep grabbing for as long as you've got Glimmer in your purse, okay? But the weekly bounties, they will award things like XP, Glimmer, but these specifically from the bounty will get you upgrade modules. Upgrade modules are quite important for upgrading your gear. The daily bounties will award you some mod components and enhancement cores. Enhancement cores will help you masterwork your equipment, and that's very good. I give it a thumbs up. And then mod components you can spend in the material exchanges. For example, these 2 mods here. One is an armor mod, that's Fusion Rifle Scavenger, and then the other is a weapon mod, minus spec. So these rotate on a 24-hour basis every daily reset. So if you're not interested in those, or if you've got them, then just wait 24 hours. There you go. And then there's your material exchange from the old Gunsmith as well. Now, these bounties are quite interesting because if we run over here to Shax and we have a little look at his favorite stuff, we've got the weekly bounties here that will award various reputation for Crucible and tokens for you to spend here, as well as XP. But Bright Dust can be farmed. You can do your weekly bounties, which you can only do 1 of, or 2 of per character each week. But the additional bounties from Shax will award Bright Dust, and they will also award Bright Dust at the Vanguard and over at the Drifter as well. So you can farm a bit of Bright Dust for yourself, because that will get you some cool cosmetics and stuff. You can spend Bright Dust in the store, and there's this. Look at all this new things from Festival of the Masks this time. Look, there's the new armor. Look at this. If we click on this, we've got Festival of the Lost Warlock bundle. You can either spend 6 grand of your Bright Dust on this, or 1,500 silver, which is real money. That's counts spankula, that is, isn't it? I quite like that. I might have to dip down into my old pockets for it. But anyway, there's some stuff for you to have a look at here. There's witch accessories for the people that, oh, look at that, Halted Oblivion, frozen, with a kitty with pink eyes. Oh, yeah. Anyway, there you go. A hexing shell. Isn't that great? Void finishing moves, they're all featured stuff. But anyway, here's your cosmetics. This is the stuff that's available for silver, which is in-game currency, which you must buy with your real money. But anyway, the featured section this week has 1-inch punch. That is a finishing move. We've got the hexing shell, which we've just looked at. The associate's mask. There you go. You can see the masking tape on that. And then there's peaceful rest. You got your candles. You can have a little bit of zen for yourself there. Nice. And then a rueful wail. Oh no, the horror. Anyway, there you go. That's an emote for you. And then in this little section here, this tab, this is refreshing every daily reset. And then that will have some cosmetic item from the past, which is quite interesting. We've got a Bright Dust featured section down here as well. We've got our consumables. Those are very regular. And then we've got the Ocular Fortitude Shell, the Tombstone exotic emote. Let's have a look at it. There you go. It goes there, and the daisies arrive. There's also Murderer Crows, Transmat Effect, and Dark Fluorescent Shader from previous festivals. There we go. Look, that's the featured section. Then we've got the event section, and there's got to be a fair amount to choose from here. We've got the armor. See, look, told you. You can buy it for 1,500 silver or 6 grand of your Bright Dust. I've got 7, so I've got some grinding to do if I don't want to spend money on that. So that's why I tell you about those bounties, because if you're new to the game, you don't have to spend money. There is an option for you to just spend hours and hours and hours grinding. But anyway, this is the stuff from the event. I'm not going to go through every single thing because I'm sure you'll do that at your own leisure. There's loads of stuff for you to peruse right here and now. Plenty of stuff. Then the seasonal cosmetics, you can find them all here as well. Items may become unavailable, but just until after the season ends. If that is quite true, some of the stuff does actually go away for a while, but if it doesn't, it ends up here in the archive. See, you can see some old armor sets, Eververse sets that you can pick up, as well as a lot of ornaments. Then there's a Bright Dust section dedicated to Bright Dust. This week we've got Heroic Guitarist. playing a bit of something. And then there is Broom Swept Night. I love this sparrow. It's got a nice noise when you're driving it, riding it. Harry Potter. Pride Glass Weapon Ornament 4. Your favourite weapon in the game, the Fighting Lion. Then there is Xenon Direct, a little ship. And then Knarn's Harvest Shell. That's an old one, that is. And then Arachnophile, Transmat Effects, spiders and stuff. Remembrance Projection. These go above your ghost. Look at that. And then there's a whole bunch of flair, more Transmat Effects and shaders and whatnot. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That brings us to the end of the very first weekly reset in the Festival of the Lost. I hope you have enjoyed yourselves. Have an absolutely fantastic week in Destiny 2, grinding out the Haunted Forests. I hope you get some good things. Anyway, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and remember, smoke us a kipper. We'll be back for breakfast.